Came here to crush Maxie. What's going on? Hey, Kiam. This weirdo just turned up. She says she's got business with Maxie. That's so. Guess that means Maxie trusts her. Looks that way. If the captain likes ya, it must be pretty tough. So how's about you show us how tough? I have a great sword. These loading screens, though. The opponent moves quickly. Defeat them all. Oh, fine. Poof. Out the side with you. That being said, I'm gonna switch to a different fighting style. Why? Because I can. What does that mean? Is that bonus temperament run speed plus 15%? That's pretty cool. I want to try this. I never used this. Not Zwei. Capture the Cinnamon Thieves. Cinnamon's some big deal back in the day. What food can I set? Metal attack damage? What does that mean? Kalen is a major producer of cinnamon, a spice favored by royalty in the upper classes. One of the island's plantation owners came to me with a request. Okay. There had been regular thefts from the cinnamon farm, and the manager asked me to stop them. I waited in hiding near the storehouse for processed cinnamon. After a while, a group of people arrived. I moved to stop them from entering, and the band of ruffians fell upon me. I read it as bandit. The bandit ruffians! I thought it was just kind of like... I mean, aren't bandits ruffians by nature? Isn't that what ruffians means with bandits? I don't know. Alright, so what is this set gonna be like? Okay, that button did that. Okay, what is that? Okay. Alright. Okay. So there's a guard impact there. No. That didn't guard impact. Can't do anything now. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so it's back. Oh, done. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. Oh no! Oh no. Okay, that's cool.
You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Don't You're dead. You're dead.
Oh, can't.
Fight! Don't run. You're dead. You're dead.
Oh, that's cool.
You're dead. You're dead. Go. Sushi.
Did I just say sushi?
You're dead.
That's not good.
You want a beating? Over here.
Cool. That was a nice way to end that fight. I captured the thieves and took them to the manager. They were youths from a neighboring village. The manager was pleased with my service and provided me with a wealth of expensive spices. Spicy. Cinnamon, high quality. Nice. Will I be able to make it all the way there? No. No, I will not. End the expedition. Sure. From here, can I... Why can't I go there? Not enough cash. I can go here, though. Okay, yeah, sure. Sounds good. No. It doesn't seem to be really important.
Stands in your way.
Exactly. It doesn't seem very important to do the thing, unless that's the case. I'll continue using not Zulai for now. I don't know who my opponent was with the fact that they're all there after I really get. Okay, got it. It's the same generic thing that happened last time. I got chased down by random people. Alright, the lizard man. Defeat the opponent with increased defense and loud attack. Okay, the same exact fight.
You're dead. Here's a bag. You're dead. Here's a bag.
Alright, and he's off the cliff. No? Here we go! Okay, I don't know what happened there. That's not good.
You're dead.
Dang it all.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
That was stupid. I knew it was gonna happen. Dang it, I lost Muns. I don't have Muns. Explore again. Wait, why am I low on health? Guess I gotta eat some food. Yeah, try again. Go.
A warrior stands
Oh,
in
that's
your
not my
way.
health. Okay. Criminal invasion. A bandit leaped out of nowhere to block my path. I have no choice but to fight. Okay, well, I'm gonna try a different weapon. I played some Keelik-ish once upon a time. I'll give it a shot. Once upon a time? It's weird because, like,
Fight!
enhanced critical rate increased the health decreases. Okay. Aha! Crotch shot!
Starts now. Not yet.
Oh, one can't. Can't poke him on the ground. Also, I don't know if Keelik does a lot of damage. He has no health or some in-between thing happened. Rhombus Rod. Wow. Alright, more things. Really? Fascinating. So if I defeat people, I get more battles! Ling Su, a mountain temple and famous for his martial arts training, was my next destination. I was climbing Jing Shan to find it when a child's scream was piercing the air. Surrounded by mountains, the Ling Su temple had a long history of martial arts. However, the temple had fallen into disrepair with no trace of its former glory was found. According to those living in a village nearby, a horrible disaster had befallen the temple a year earlier. As I made my way up the mountain path towards the ruins, I heard the shrill cries of a child in the distance. The screams came from a young girl who was desperately wielding a staff in trembling hands, and a young boy. The two of them, most likely brother and sister, were being chased by what appeared to be bandits. A bandit was about to grab one of the children's arms when I intervened. Who the hell are you? You looking to get your killed self or something? I'm just some random humane. I am humane. What do you mean? Combos do much less damage to feed things. Okay. Aha! They always forget the last hit. Fight!
Ready?
Oop.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, that's bad. Or not.
What?
Haha! No one expects that.
Fight!
Don't underestimate. You want a beating? How cover you?
Goodbye! Interesting. I wasn't sure if it would do that. After defeating the bandits, I turned to find the children huddled together on the ground. Concerned as to what the two children were doing alone in these ruins, I carefully asked them to explain themselves, making sure not to intimidate them in the process.
We came from a village nearby to gather some wild vegetables. Not many people know about this place, so we didn't think there'd be anyone around here.
Our dad actually told us to stay away from Ling Ching Su Temple, but ow.
Shh. She doesn't need to know that.
It appeared as though the children hadn't told any adults they were coming here. When I urged them to hurry back to the village, the young girl became somewhat defensive.
The grown-ups are just trying to scare us, telling us we'd go crazy or something bad would happen if we came here. It's fine. Other people came here too, you know.
The young girl told me about the graves nearby and how they regularly had fresh-laid flowers on them. Although other people may come to the area, there is no place for children. Their being attacked by bandits was proof of that. When I pointed this out, the two agreed to return to their village reluctantly, admitting they shouldn't have been there to begin with. Oh, it's good that I was able to reason with the children. After seeing the children off to their village at the foot of the mountain, I decided to search for the graves they mentioned earlier. Not much time had passed before I found them. The burial site was peaceful, and the graves themselves were arranged beautifully, adorned with exquisite flowers. Though it was a mystery who left the flowers, I was not going to find the answer here. Cool. Continue the expedition? Can I make it there as in bounty for scoundrels? Alright, sure. Go! Let's kick some bandit butt! What's that thing there? I wanna know what that's about. I gotta do this first. I accept a request to eliminate a blackguard who is troubling the area. Apparently the brute had already defeated a number of mercenaries and bounty hunters. Sounds like it's a rough fight.
Battle 1.
Alright. My opponent's health gauge is to recover over time, defeat them. He's not even trying. He won't quit.
Fight!
Also, he might be rabbits. Aha! You didn't expect the foot.
Don't underestimate me.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay.
You want a beating? How clever are you?
That's overpowered. Keelik's overpowered. Continue. I want to know what's over there. There's something over here. I want it. I want whatever this is. Yeah. That's all my money.
A warrior stands in your way.
Fancy. The fool laughed scornfully at me and challenged me to a battle. If I win, I would be rewarded handsomely. The more health you have remaining on completion, the greater your reward. Alright, well, let's hope I can beat him without taking any damage. That would be sweet. Probably not gonna happen, but you know, things and stuff.
Fight!
I know. King's Fool.
Pathetic. Silence.
Oh, you went for it twice. Oh, she? Oh. She died. No, that was a little over half my health.
Your soul surges in your
Nice.
body.
I don't really know what level does for me. Maybe it opens more quests. That would make sense. Arrived at the destination. What even is here? Priestess of the Winds. Okay. Village of the Wind Deity. I visited an island whose inhabitants were said to possess unusual powers. A gentle breeze caressed my face as I climbed up a hill. At its peak stood Plata. Her beautiful silver hair is a sight to behold. I don't know what's going on there. I had heard of an island home in the ancient tribe blessed by special powers. A light breeze accompanied me on my way to their village. As I climbed the hill, I cast my eyes to the top. A young girl was standing there, her face upturned to catch the sun. I called out to her, and she replied with a voice as clear as the blue sky. My name is Plata. I am the priestess of the wind in the village of the Wind Deity. I know you have come afar, but I'm afraid our village is not accepting guests at present. When I asked her why, she dropped her gaze. The last priestess of the winds has collapsed. Her life hangs by a thread. Thus, any that may stir the winds in our village must be turned away. Silence lingered in the air. To break it, I asked who this priestess of the wind was. Our people worship the winds, and I have given birth to a line of priestesses blessed with special powers. I am barely fit to call myself one of them. She explained that the mystical abilities of her people faded with each generation, leaving most priestesses of the wind with only a fraction of their ancestors' powers. One girl, however, has been blessed with unprecedented power. She may be the last true priestess of the wind, and we named her the last. But one day the winds from the west brought us a terrible portent, and its great affliction befell the last priestess. Now she lies unconscious, wandering the ways of the brink of the death. May I ask you, traveler, did you come from the west? If you know what happened, I beg you to tell me. She could only be talking about one thing, the evil seed. I explained everything I knew about it. So it was this evil seed. Even the elders said they'd never sensed anything like it before. Plata looked up to the sky, her eyes troubled. After a few moments of thought, she once again dropped her gaze to look at me. Traveler, my duty is to quell the dark spirits. Their powers grow daily. Since that portentous day, I must remain, but it is far too dangerous for you to stay here any longer. It was then I realized the wind had ceased. The twisted beings writhed in the stagnant air were closing in on us. I readied my weapon to defend Plata. I'm actually really liking this. It kind of reminds me of a mix between Chronicle and the Sword, and oh, that's so cool. I like this like version of this map. Oh, eventually. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Oh. No. Oh, no. Okay. Oh. Good old fighting. I can't do it. We're not done yet.
Fight!
This one looks like healing. Oop.
Don't underestimate.
Oh, okay. I see. Maybe? I don't know. I think it broke because my health dropped below the line. I think that's what's going on there. Oh, this one's cool looking. He's a vampire, huh? Oh, there. Come on! Yeah! Let's go! Boom! The damage is ridiculous! It's a cool ending, but that damage. I agree. Oh, X. And that power. The breeze rages around you. Are you somehow connected to the evil seed? It seems that she learned much about me during the fight. Perhaps her abilities as a priestess weren't as modest as she thought. Yet the power that flows through you is still pure, unstained by good or ill. Possibility swirls around you. Yet I sense that you're not evil. No, not yet. As I said, we are unable to welcome guests at present, but should you come to this island again, please visit us. Plata bowed deeply, then descended the hill towards her village. I assume Talum is not doing well. Why is it still doing things? What? Oh, I can do more. Okay. On my return from the village, deity of the wind, I once again meet Plata atop the same hill. I was pleased to hear she remembered me too. Okay. On my way back to the village from the deity of the wind, Plata was again standing atop the hill where I had first met her. Her eyes closed. She noticed me and walked over with a smile. I asked her what she had been doing. The same as before. I mean, you literally were just still here, sitting there. I mean, I haven't even made it back yet. Listening to the winds whisper. Seeking news of imbalance and great defense. It is part of my training, and a way to hone my powers as a priestess of the winds. Last time we met, she detected a presence of malevolent spirits. These priestesses must have supernatural abilities. I would love to take you to my village, but there's something I must ask of you first. Apparently the village was holding a wind divination ritual in 2 days. Plata was to perform a sword dance to honor their gods, but she was feeling nervous. It's less of a dance and more of practical demonstration of my skills. Our village's style is not just for show, after all. However, I can only learn so much practicing by myself. So I was wondering if you would help me. Plata looked a little flustered and Flustered. Plata looked a little flustered and nervous. But it was just practice. I saw no harm in helping her. I was horribly mistaken. You really are a good person. Now let us begin. Winds, hear me. I dedicate this dance to you.
Battle 1.
The stage is slippery, making it tricky to move around. Ooh, look how slippery it is. Oh, it's spooky.
Ready?
Oh. 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 Oh, oh, that's cool. I don't know. Oh. Aha!
Not done. Move it.
Poke. Poke. Pop. Pop.
Die. You're dead. Die.
I love this game.
Battle 2. Fight.
Oh. Ah!
Ring out. Final battle. Fight.
Don't underestimate me. You want a beating? I'll cover you. Die.
Ouch. That did nothing.
Ring out.
I call nonsense!
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Also, what was that? Did I just die? I thought this was like a sparring thing. What?
Battle
Okay,
1.
fine. Round 4, 3, 7, whatever. Let's go. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Aha!
Ring out. Battle
There needs to be like a... There's just a mode for this type of nonsense for multiplayer. I thought there was a 3 on that. Oh, right. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh. She hurts too. Whoop. Whoop.
KO.
Got her. You win. That's cool. That was a fun fight. Slipping around all over the place. Though it's not very windy. When our practice was over, Plata led me to her village. Finally, I'm starting to feel confident about the ceremony. Thank you so much. The winds must have guided you to me. Did I tell you about my cousin, Talum? She's just begun practicing the sword dance, and I want to be a good role model for her. Thinking of her cousin, a bright smile curved Plata's lips. The ritual is the day after tomorrow. Do come and watch. I'll tell the elders you'll be there. 2 days later, despite being a rather simplistic affair, the event showed how devoted the villagers were to their faith. Plata walked alone into the center of the ring, and the dance began. Her movements were beautiful, graceful, and her sword swung through the air, whipping up a breeze around her. As her dance ended, she sent a gust of fresh wind in my direction, which swirled around me before fading into the distance. The ritual ended shortly after. I searched for Plata to say my farewells, but she was nowhere to be seen. I eventually found her on the hilltop where we first met. Forgive me. Plata's cheeks were wet with tears. I'm a priestess of the wind, and have much to do before the last priestess of the winds regains her strength. But I'm not strong enough. At the end of my sword dance, I sent the wind to you. It should have cleansed you of all the darkness you bear, but I failed. Tears roll down her cheeks as she hastily wipes them away. I want to lessen your burden. I stayed by her side until she regained her composure. The sun had begun to set, slowly turning the hill into a glorious mirage of red and orange. Thank you for coming to watch my ritual, Laura Lily. If you visit again, I'll introduce you to Talon. Cool. That was fun. And crazy chaotic.